Hi guys, this is Molly with Soul School Tarot and Astrology. I am here with my very first video dedicated to tarot. So I'm just going to have a quick introduction, a really short lesson that kind of ties in with my first installment, hi Fatty, of Astrology 101, which has already been posted on my YouTube channel. The focus of that, I'm going to let you know right now, like that's a really poor quality video. It's going to get remade probably pretty soon. It just kind of introduces you to me, to Fred, and to the project of Soul School Tarot and Astrology. What am I up to? Why am I doing this? What the heck is a soul school? And then I talk about the karmic planets of Jupiter and Saturn and their archetypes. So if you recognize the song we had at the beginning, I couldn't play too much of it because copyright, schmoppyright, but Radiohead's Karma Police, I just have to have him like come hang out with me because otherwise he's gonna do that the whole time. Boo boo. All right, so today's lesson, I want to talk about ways in the tarot cards that can show up to let you know that what you're dealing with in your life is actually part of a karmic cycle, okay? I think lots of people have very different ideas about how karma works. So as I move forward with this channel, and if you check in on like just what's the philosophy behind Soul School, you'll kind of get a better look at what is my view on how karma works. But essentially, these are lessons that we've got to work out in this lifetime. It's a part of our soul evolution. And what happens is they are life situations that are just going to keep appearing to us again and again and again until we step up into our lesson and we master that lesson. It's one thing to have it up here, but you have to actually start living it in your life. That's what true evolution is. That's how people change and grow and become their authentic selves. So at the end of this, though, there is going to be my very first ever online collective tarot card reading. So I'm going to pull one card for the lesson. I'm using my Morgan Greer meditation deck. Look how beautiful this is. And of course, that's sort of a preview of the cards I'm going to be discussing. But then I'm going to turn to my deck that I actually practice with. You can see it's a little more faded, but I'm going to draw to the same deck. So Morgan's kind of like, why are you confusing me? So I'm going to draw a card for each of the 12 signs. I'm going to start with Virgo, and I'll tell you why when I get there. Okay, sorry, Leo, but your season's on its way out, okay? You're going to have to get used to not being first all the time. So I'm going to start with Virgo. I'm going to start with Virgo. I'm going to go through to Leo. And here's the deal. I don't want you to just look at your sun sign, okay? In fact, I want you to, if you know your rising sign, your ascendant, I want you to pay attention to the card that is drawn for your rising sign. And if you don't know where your karmic planets are at in your natal chart, you need to know. So go do that research. Pause me if you need to at any point in time. Go look at an online ephemeris and see if you can figure out what signs your Jupiter and Saturn are in. Spoiler alert, my Jupiter and Saturn are both in Virgo. And Mars has already moved into Virgo. So a lot of our fast moving planets, they're leaving Leo, where we have a lot of heart and fire and passion. And they're entering Virgo, which is when we really begin to apply the logistics to things. Like we're making a plan, we're making things work. I have videos going on in the background, so I have to turn that off. So yeah, we are slowly coasting into Virgo season. And so we're going to start with Virgo, end with Leo at the end of this lesson. So without any further ado, these are the tarot cards that can show up in a reading when you're dealing with a karmic situation. The first one, da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. I love this Wheel of Fortune. This is the Morgan Greer deck, and this is what it looks like. Pretty much brand new. They're very, very, very brightly colored, and I love that. The Wheel of Fortune just kind of represents karma, generally speaking. It is a cycle, and it is a cycle that will continue to repeat itself until it is broken. I also, the idea of fortune and opportunity and moving forward, that's a very Jupiterian energy. I don't know the official, gosh, baby. Here he comes again. The official Tarot Association for Jupiter, but Wheel of Fortune is definitely, it's all about opportunity. It's all about getting what's coming to you, and good or bad, essentially. So Wheel of Fortune, if you see this coming up, you're probably stuck. in some kind of cycle, if you have stumbled upon something that seems just really freaking amazing, like, oh my gosh, I never thought I'd meet this person, or I'd have this job, or be able to move into this house, fortune is on your side. The wheel of fortune is on your side. Probably a blessing that Jupiter had set aside for you, something that you manifested by dealing with your karmic lessons. The next two that come up, actually, one of the reasons I wanted to do this lesson today is I held a open house on Sunday, and I did some readings for several friends of mine. And one of them I've read before many, many times. She's a Pisces. She's so easy to read for. She just kind of like her intuition just flows, her energy flows right into the cards. It's very easy to pick up messages for her. But most of the readings that we've had were not really super in depth. Like, there just was never a really serious message that needed to come across. So yesterday, Sunday, when I was doing this reading, I was shuffling, and every time I cut the cards at the base of the deck, we had one of these two cards, either Justice or the Devil. So I saw this as some sort of karma that needed to be balanced. And I told her before we even started the reading, because we had like 4 other people in the room, I was like, do you really want to get into this and like have everybody know about the karmic shit you're going through right now? And the truth is, like, I want to do all my readings that way because there's so much love and support, and like, yeah, me too, let's do this, let's break that karmic cycle, all of us together. It was a really neat collective experience. So I hope you have an awesome collective experience today. Justice, karma is about balance. Okay, there's the good, the bad. You take them both, and there you have the facts of life. Okay, justice is very much about facts. It's about logic. It's about reason. It's about the fact that there's a law to the universe. Okay, and if you break that law, justice is coming for you. Okay, people who put out intentions into the world that are meant to destroy positivity. Okay, people who are acting from base desires, okay, and especially those who are cloaking it as something spiritual. I think that's something that for some reason is talking to me a lot right now. So basically, Justice card represents the set of laws and the way in which the universe enforces those laws in order to keep us in karmic balance. The Devil card, lots of people associate the devil with just evil. And, just like our lower, baser desires, sometimes when the Devil card comes up, it's easy to think, oh my God, I'm doing something really wrong. But one of my favorite interpretations of this card is something that is karmically destined, and therefore it's not evil. Okay, so you might be in a situation in which you're dealing with some of your shadow self. You're dealing with some of your lower, baser desires, and that is you struggling with those and interacting with those. Is karma, okay? Also, this is not a good example of the concept of chains when it comes to the Devil card. I talk about this in the video. Also, in your typical Rider-Waite, aka Coleman Smith tarot decks, you have 2 people. It looks a lot like the Lover card. It's 2 people, and instead of in the garden, they're literally like chained to the devil. And so this is a situation that you're chained to. Sometimes if you're going through something, you're trying to part from it, you got to look a little closer at what you're supposed to be learning from it, because it's probably something that you're stuck in because it's a karmic cycle. All right, the Judgment card. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say I've skipped over a few cards that can definitely show up. Death card comes into play a lot when we're dealing with karmic cycles because it has to do with letting things go so that we can let new things come in and grow. The Tower can represent that really sudden shift. You're like, oh my God, I finally get this. And I can start living my life differently. I've had the shift in perspective that I need in order to shift my energy and move through this karmic lesson. The Judgment card, in my mind, is that final call. Okay, because I'm going to tell you what, when it comes to learning some karmic lessons, planetary movements have a lot to do with the energy around these. So sometimes a door will be open for you to learn a karmic lesson, and if you don't learn it that time, that door will close and you're going to have to repeat that cycle until the door opens again. Okay. So there's lots of astrology stuff there. Talk to me, message me if you have questions about that. But the Judgment card in my mind is saying, look, this is your chance. Get this right and step up, or it's going to keep getting called up. Judgment card, think of Judgment Day, okay? Think of all of the dead souls being called to rise again. That's this problem that you're facing, okay? If you don't face it and judge it and really break free from that cycle, okay? If you don't step into your own spiritual evolution, this comes up a lot when it's a lesson that if you don't learn it now, it's coming back for you. Okay, so if you see the Judgment card, that's one way to interpret that. Also, just that final call to step up into your new karmic lesson, be your new evolved self, because that's how we achieve the world. Okay, the world is wholeness, it's completion, the completion of a cycle. So closing out karmic cycles. If you are like really, really wanting a thing to happen, but you're getting the world reversed, we have to wait for some cycles to be closed out. Okay, so yeah, the world is the completion of a cycle that leads to powering up and being able to set off on a new journey. So yeah, the Fool card is absolutely a karmic card, okay? Look, this is a circle and this is a circle, all right? The end is the beginning, okay? You close out one karmic cycle and life is ready to throw you another one. So sometimes this will show up, new jobs, new relationships, just kind of having open mind about things, wanting to be a free spirit, but also a lot of times the Fool will show up when you are starting off a brand new karmic cycle. So there they are, the cards that will often appear in readings. The stack, I literally just touched the stack and the tower popped out. I know how the tower is operating in my life right now. I'm trying to keep tabs on it. But yes, let's read cards. I'm going to read cards for the 12 astrological signs, and I'm going to start with Virgo. Send Leo to the back of the line. Sorry, boo-boos. I love you. One of my favorite Leos. His birthday is today. My baby brother. I miss him dearly. So, in the really, really, really off chance that he's watching this, happy birthday, bro. All right, everybody else. I'm going to start shuffling now. And while I'm shuffling, I'm going to try to just kind of do this in autopilot mode. And I'll be right back. I'm going to go ahead and light a candle here, maybe. This is one of my homemade tea lights. It's got a combination of herbs and flowers in it that are meant to help you manifest your desires. This one is, actually it's my favorite blend. It's called Diviner's Light. It's got hibiscus flower, marshmallow root, and orris root in it. So if you're local in Lawrence and you're interested in some of my manifestation tea lights, hit me up. I'm happy to make them. I'm happy to sell them. I'm happy to teach you how to use them to manifest your own goals and desires. So it's the dawn of Virgo season. And like I said, both of my karmic planets, Jupiter and Saturn, are both in Virgo. If you watched the video that I did for Astrology 101 on the karmic planets, the phrase that I have for that is that Jupiter brings us our blessings and Saturn brings us our lessons, okay? So a lot of people talk about Saturn is a karmic planet, but we can't forget that Jupiter's there too. Jupiter is there really to bless us with the things that we have earned by attending to, by attending to our karmic lessons in the past. I also have Mars in Virgo. I've got a conjunction and it squares my moon. That's not that fun. I've got a Jupiter-Mars conjunction in the, Mars is in 0 degree and Jupiter's in the 3rd degree of Virgo. So right now, like I said, Mars has touched Virgo. It has entered Virgo. And so I've got that transit going on. I'm feeling good. I'm putting a lot of work and just feeling good with my work and my energy. These are things that, and just my assertiveness, that too. These are things that are associated with Mars. Mine being in Virgo, and with all the, like, look, I'm let you know, if you think I need to shut up about Virgo right now, it's coming, okay? On August 30th, I believe, that's going to be after our Venus-Mars conjunction. I can't wait. But on August 30th, I believe, we are going to have Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, and Mars all in like the first 10 degrees of Virgo. So especially if you're an early Virgo, or if you're an early Virgo rising, if you have Jupiter, Saturn in Virgo, if you have any planets in Virgo right now, you're going to start feeling them light up. First, we have some assertiveness as Mars comes through, Venus is coming through, Sun is coming through. So pretty soon we're going to have a great big old party in the first several degrees of Virgo. So Virgo, my question for Spirit today, and this is people who have a rising sign, Jupiter or Saturn in Virgo. This is my first collective reading, so I hope it's awesome for all of us. My question is, what karmic cycles could really use your attention right now? Because we're not paying attention, you know, that's how we keep repeating them, right? You cannot be mad at the universe for sending you the same thing if you don't choose, or if you don't change what it is that you're doing, if you're not able to change the choices that you're making. I'm so happy I didn't even have to do much. This makes me really happy. First card, what karmic cycles need your attention now? Virgo. This is such a Virgo type card. 7 of Pentacles. Pentacles are earth. Yo. So is Virgo, if you didn't know. Pentacles are earth. So these are things that we value. Okay, Pentacles are things that we value. It can be tangible things like dollars, or it can be time. It can be the investments that we make in relationships. Sometimes our relationships, they're not just cups to us. They're actually things that we tangibly value. They help make our lives different in very, very practical ways. So the guy in the 7 of Pentacles he's planted all his crops and he's standing there looking at them. Okay? He's looking at them. And he's thinking about all the hard work that he has already put into these crops. He is thinking about all the hard work and how much he cannot wait to harvest. Virgo is a sign of the harvest. Oh my God, y'all. I literally had to talk with myself earlier about, I'm gonna go on about Virgo as the harvest, because I went on a walk today, and for these manifestation candles, since I'm really fairly broke these days, instead of buying, and I'm unemployed right now, so hit me up, give me some money, I'll give you some tarot card readings. This is a diversion, obviously, but I got up and I go on a walk, and there's a couple places around town. There are public spaces, okay, so I'm not sneaking in anybody's garden, but there are some public spaces where I've been able to collect some lavender, some sage, some tarragon today. So all I've been doing all day long is I got up and on a walk, I picked these, I harvested these plants, I brought them home, and I was, processing them. I'm like getting, roots and leaves and flowers separated and getting them all ready to dry out. And just really, 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 because I've got my Mars return going on right now, really enjoying that process, okay? So he's processing. He's thinking about the process he's been through and looking at ways in which he can refine the process, because right now, the karmic cycles that you are needing to be paying attention to, rising sign Virgo, I move my candle, Jupiter and Saturn sign Virgo, myself included, is looking at what you're investing into your life. What kind of energy are you really putting into that? What are you doing to cultivate your life right now? And are those the steps that you really need to be taking in order to get the harvest that you're looking for? Okay? That is my message for you from Virgo. So that's not just, ignore your sun, please, for this. If you want to go ahead and use your sun sign Virgo, maybe that's a message for you. But you'll know if it resonates with you or not. All right, flipping the deck again. Let's get a karmic lesson for those who have a rising sign, Jupiter or Saturn in Libra. Queen of Wands reverse. And in this deck, of course, it's the rods. All right. So right now, oh man, I believe the lesson here is in being able to hold your power, having faith in your own power. Okay. This doesn't matter if you're a guy or a girl. Okay. If in order for this card to apply to you, all right, it is a female energy, but the queens are different from the queen energy is different from the king energy in that it is receptive. Okay. It is receptive rather than assertive. So the Queen of Wands is somebody who is able to garner and hold on to their own energy. Okay. To be able to receive energy. All right. And to deflect that which you don't want. Okay. So look at your own power, how you're holding yourself in your own power, not necessarily how you're wielding it, but how you're channeling your energies right now. I feel like you don't know how powerful you are. That's literally the words that I just heard. You don't know how powerful you are, baby doll. Step up into it. Grab that wand, turn it upside down. Stick it in the ground and go do the things you want to do with your life, okay? You have no idea, Libras. Oh, I love that message. You have no idea how powerful you are right now. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Morgan. Thank you, Spirit. All right, let's keep talking. We're going to go to Scorpios now. If you have a Scorpio rising sign, sorry, just kidding. If you have Scorpio rising, if you have a Scorpio Jupiter or a Scorpio Saturn, ooh, yo. Y'all just got put on guard. Yeah. This is one of our karmic cards. So, if you have Jupiter or Saturn in Scorpio or your rising sign in Scorpio, I'm thirsty. The sign is really, I'm sorry, the message that I'm hearing is to hold on. Okay? I feel like a lot of you are bound to something that doesn't feel right, okay? Mentally, it doesn't feel right, but spiritually, it's a place that you're being held in right now because there's so much to learn from it. That's what karma is all about, learning. It's all about learning. So, the Devil card right now for Scorpios. Now, listen. We know how the astrological community likes to hit on Scorpios. I don't. I love Scorpios. I love that transformative energy. But right now, I feel a lot of you, the transformation isn't coming. You want it to be coming, but it's not coming. Like, it's really, really, really slow. You're like, can this thing just please die now so a new thing can be born in its place? And the universe is just, Spirit's kind of saying to you, wherever you're at and you're feeling that way, hold on right now. Tune into your highest self. Don't just be like, oh, Devil card, I'm going to just go fuck it all up. I try not to curse, but I can't make any promises. Don't lean into it, okay? But just understand that, like I said before, sometimes our attention is being called to our deepest, darkest parts of ourselves because that's where the healing is needed. That's where the evolution is needed. So Scorpio rising signs, Jupiter and Saturn, that's your message. Now, y'all know, part of what makes me such an amazing, dynamic person is my Sagittarius rising sign. So there's a message here for me and the message here for you if you also have Jupiter or Saturn in Sagittarius. So Spirit, let's see what we got. That's nice. I'll take it. Listen to your heart. It's calling for you. I don't know why that song just popped into my head, but that's kind of my general advice. Be receptive to your own emotions right now. Listen to your heart. That is hardcore. I cannot get that song to stop playing right now. I love it. I might sing it at karaoke tonight. I was going to sing Karma Police, of course. But Sagittarius, look, yo, Jupiter's your dude, okay? Jupiter is your man. He is your chart ruler if that's your rising sign. If you have a Jupiter in Sagittarius, go you, all right? If you have a Saturn in Sagittarius, I don't know what generation you're of. Yeah, okay, so anybody who's got one of these planets in Sagittarius, you kind of get, like when I did the Karmic Planets lesson for Astrology 101, I actually got the Chariot. I got such a big green light from Jupiter right now, so especially if it's your rising sign, listen to your heart. That is the Karmic lesson you need to be paying attention to right now. Let's move on to our Cappies. Our happy Cappies. Happy Cappies right now because Saturn, the ruling planet, is in Capricorn. So lessons are being doled out left and right. Forgiveness is the word that came to my mind here. Okay. Capricorn risings, Capricorn Jupiter, Capricorn Saturn. I really feel like the universe is calling you to forgive. Okay. The Five of Swords upright is very much an attack. And I feel like in fact, it's not even a physical attack. It's not a physical fight. It's all of those like angry, annoyed, nasty, stressful feelings that we get after the fighting happens. When we hold on to those things in our mind. So let them go, okay? Whatever conflict, whatever tension, wherever forgiveness is needed of yourself or others, do it, okay? Do it. All right. We're at 26 minutes. I didn't want to go over 30, so let's crank these out. Aquarius. Okay. It's another karmic card. Aquarius right now. Oh, I'm so sorry, babies. You're feeling very, very frustrated because you don't like being bound. Aquarius doesn't like being bound in anything, okay? They want to be free. They want to be the ether on the outside of that wreath, okay? And they want to use their magic to help the world. I like that. The message that Spirit just gave to me was that some of you guys right now don't have the energy to save the world. Okay, you got the energy to save yourself. And that's where it starts. Okay? Don't use your energy right now to change the entire freaking world because it starts with you. All right? So whatever seems overwhelming to you, bring it back in. Bring it back in and start with you. And that is how you, Aquarius rising, Jupiter, and Saturn can begin to deal with the karmic lessons in front of you right now. We're halfway there. Pisces. I love Pisces. Pisces are just kind of fun. I had this total Pisces moment. Sometimes I like to play dumb when I'm hanging out with my kiddo. I got a 20-year-old and he was over here hanging out. And he loves to see live music. And I'm like, oh, hey, have you seen any good shows lately? And he's like, oh, yeah, I did. I saw one last week. I said, well, who did you see? And he said, Baby. And I knew he was talking about, like, you know, the hip-hop artist. But I went, oh, you saw a Baby in concert. That's so cute. And he just thought it was the most ridiculous things in the world. So Pisces aren't always in touch with reality, and that's what makes them so fun. And they're also not always in touch with keeping my cards in a deck, apparently. I'm going to do that because it was upright. It was upright when it fell out. Pisces... It's so funny that I was just kind of talking about how dreamy they are, because even though the chariot is definitely a water card, it's associated with Cancer, but Pisces, the glyph of Pisces, okay, I'm going to associate to the white horse and the black horse here, okay, because the glyph of Pisces is two fish, but it's actually two fish, I don't know if you know this, that are tied together at the tail, and one wants to swim in one direction, sort of towards the mundane, towards this physical world that we live in and the practicalities that we live in. And the other one just kind of wants to be off in dreamland, okay? The karmic cycle, and this is a major. Any of these majors are a straight message to me that, yes, this is a karmic message that is coming up for you. You guys are definitely engaged in the process and at a turning point in the process of freeing yourself from whatever karmic cycle you're paying attention to right now. So what this card wants you to know, if you're a Pisces rising, Jupiter, or Saturn, is that in order for you to move forward, you have to be able to balance those two parts of yourself. Okay, whatever path you're trying to get through right now, you're probably leaning a little too much towards practicality, or more realistically, if you're a Pisces, you're probably leaning too much towards dreamland. So make sure that you have these two things in balance, because if you ignore your dreams, you're just going to create something boring like everybody else. Okay, Pisces can create amazing things because they believe in the existence of amazing things. All right, so go forth, Pisces rising, Jupiter, and Saturn. Do the amazing things in the world, but don't forget to keep your balance. Alrighty. So we come back around to the baby of the zodiac, the Aries. You know, there's a lot of talk about different ways to divide up signs, and I actually have my own method that has to do with kind of compares them to a stage in human life. So Aries being the first sign, Pisces is kind of the oldest, and it's sort of the wise old grandmother willow of the zodiac, and Aries is kind of the brand new baby. I like it. Aries, turn to your friends. Your friends are, I'm going to listen a little closely. Your friends are the best support system that you guys have right now, okay? It's about working together. It is about bringing your cups together with other people, okay? If you have an Aries rising, Jupiter, or Saturn, Aries rising especially, you can be very, very, very independent people, all right? And I feel like, a really important, like just a really clear message that's coming through right now is that even if you achieved it on your own, your friends were there for you. They're rooting for you. Okay, who's your pep assembly? Who's your pep squad? All right, who shows up with signs to the basketball game and says, "Go team, go"? All right. When it's time for you to celebrate your successes, don't leave them out. Okay. To your own horn, but remember Lizzo. Lizzo's like, if I'm shining, everybody gonna shine. That's what this is, Aries. You're shining. Don't let the people who have helped you get there get lost in that shine, okay? All right? Okay? I know you want it all to be about you, Aries, but love the people who got you there. Love your sisters and brothers, all right? Moving on to Taurus. Taurus is my sun sign. It is not my rising. It is not my Jupiter. It is not my Saturn. But if it is one of yours, I need to get like a good shuffle. Thanks for sticking out with me. It's 32 minutes into the reading. That's longer than I wanted it to be, but I'm not mad, okay? Taurus, I don't like this card, okay? The reason is Tauruses love their things that they have worked really, really hard for. It's another earth sign. All of our earth signs had pentacles show up. That's crazy. Nope, capstan. I was wrong. Okay, so it is a pentacle card, but it's reversed, okay? So Taurus rising, Taurus Jupiter, Taurus Saturn. You are struggling right now with the karmic lesson of standing on your own 2 feet. Standing on your own 2 feet so that you can own the things that you have worked for independently. Okay? All right, that thing that you're investing your time and your attention and all of your pentacles into right now, that's going to be yours someday, and you're going to be able to enjoy the fruits of your labor, but not if you're not standing on your own 2 feet. Okay, the Nine of Pentacles reverse is just kind of a card of codependence. This woman is standing on her own 2 feet. She worked hard for those things, and she's enjoying them. Okay, so if you're getting the Nine of Pentacles reversed, watch out for either people who are taking the stuff that you worked for, or you not like stepping up and owning the things that you've worked for. Okay, stand on your own 2 feet. Know what is yours. Okay, know your value. Know your value. Tauruses, come on, Tauruses, know your value. Nobody gets to define that but you. Okay, you teach the world how valuable you are. All of us do. That's why I've been having the Six of Pentacles come up a lot in relationships, and I've been talking about setting the exchange rate. You teach people what you're willing to put up with from them, how they're allowed to treat you. And we do that by setting the exchange rate, especially women forget their power a lot of times. This card is for my Geminis. It's another major, so it makes me feel like if you have a Gemini rising, a Gemini Jupiter, I never said that phrase before, Gemini Jupiter, or a Gemini Saturn, oh, that can't feel good. Keep holding on, okay? I do think that strength can be a really important card when it comes to our karmic lessons, because it is a matter of mastering. Oh my God, like my Gemini moon's going crazy right now. Like I feel like, actually that's the message from Spirit. It's just my Gemini, like my mind just started like spinning. You've got to control that, okay? You've got to control this. Gemini is Mercury unbound. It flows, all right? Just ideas and thoughts and creativity and communication. And sometimes in order to apply that to what you want to, it's like, I'm thinking seven of Pentacles type energy. If you really want to reap what you sow, then sometimes you gotta slow down the flow. I didn't even mean to rhyme like that, but I did. So if you have a Gemini rising sign, Jupiter or Saturn, the message, the karmic lesson that you should be focusing on right now is really how to harness, how to channel your energy and all of your powers into the thing that you desire. Don't let it make you go crazy, okay? Don't let it make you go crazy. Okay. 2 more signs. Cancer, and then Leo. I know you got hurt being put at the end, but you know, it's been an amazing Leo season. So many good things have happened. It's kind of been exhausting, but I've loved it. I've been having fun. Leo, Cancer, rising Cancer, Jupiter, Cancer, Saturn. Your card popped right the fudge out. And it's the full reversed, okay? All right. Cancer. It has to do with not trusting yourself, okay? It has to do with not trusting yourself. Any of these cards, like I said, if this is a majors card, and especially if it's coming to you, the World came reversed, the Fool is coming reversed. So if you are either a Aquarius or a Cancer, you've got some reversed karmic cards, okay? So something is blocking your movement forward. And for this, I don't even think it's not blocking the closure of a cycle. What's blocking the opening of a new cycle for you is trusting in yourself, okay? This guy's like, you know what? I got my backpack, I got my dog, I don't have a map, I don't know where I'm going, but I got this flower. Everything's great. Let's go. Let's go do the thing. I trust in myself. I don't need GPS because I know I'm going to find my way, all right? Some of y'all aren't feeling that right now, and you need to be able to trust in yourself, okay? That's a major karmic lesson, all right? Cancer can be hard to trust. Intuition can be hard to trust. I'm not saying that people who are Cancers are difficult to trust. I just think that Cancer energy, because it's in the moon, it's the moon, it's in the moonlight. All of our feelings and our emotions, they hide in the moonlight from us, right? And because like we have this association, oh, well, if there's something that's hidden, it must be wrong. No, girl, boy, friend, whoever you are, okay? Go into the moonlight, okay? Trust yourself and trust your intuition. There's a lot of Cancers out there, not even just rising Jupiter and Saturn, but there's a lot of Cancers out there who need to hear that message. Thank you, Spirit. I appreciate that. Okay, Leo. 38 minutes later. You're going to free yourself. Yeah. Oh, snap. Okay. Leo rising, Leo Jupiter, and Leo Saturn. The message that I'm getting right now, this person is surrounded by swords. This person is right in the center of all of the things that are around them. And they're the thoughts, okay? Swords are thoughts. They're incorporeal. They are, there's enough of them to keep somebody bound, okay? When we're looking at the 8 of Swords. But with this reversal, like Spirit really, and I'm sorry, Leo, I'm not trying to call you out, but Spirit really wants me to pay attention to the fact that you are in the center of this, and that the illusion that you're in the center of everything can be keeping you trapped right now. Okay, so take a step back from yourself sometimes. If you're a Leo rising, Leo Jupiter, Leo Saturn, take a step back sometimes and just imagine the world from other people's perspectives. And that's really an important part of you moving forward at this time, I believe. So I'm going to go ahead and flip one more card, just a message to the entire collective. My message to the entire collective is thank you for holding on. I keep trying to make short videos, but I can't shut up. Why would we get the star cards reversed? Okay. The overarching lesson that I've gotten so many of these cards right here, and I see them, they're like singing to me now that I look at them, is it's a lack of faith in yourself, okay? All right? A lot of you out there, you want to start something new. You want to turn over a new leaf. Nobody wants to be stuck in a karmic cycle. Nobody wants that, okay? But you have to have faith in yourself. And one of my favorite phrases that I've ever seen as an interpretation of the star card, this is my favorite card ever, and I don't like it when it's reversed, so I try to what's the bright side to this? The quote that I'm thinking of is, have faith in the ever-changing nature of the universe, okay? So, have faith in the ever-changing nature of the universe. All of you out there who are dealing with karmic cycles, it's kind of a heavy topic, but you know what? If we don't deal with it, we end up with really, really heavy lives. So I hope that you are having an amazing Jupiter direct, Saturn retrograde. Check me out on Facebook, Instagram. Instagram is Soul School T&A. Spell it out. It stands for Tarot and Astrology. Don't get dirty thoughts. And then on Facebook, I am Soul School Tarot and Astrology. This is Molly. Have a happy Tuesday, guys. Have a great day.